This is Palimpsest Velicet, known to her colleagues as Stacy. She is a high-powered corporate executive who has built her life around traditional markers of status: the corner office, the expensive designer pumps, and a senior title backed by a massive publishing firm. But that status is tied to a specific infrastructure. When she steps into the corporate plaza to buy a coffee, her standard credit card is flatly rejected. The payment machine doesn't recognize her bank, her company, or her perceived importance. The plaza functions on an entirely different set of rules. Here, standard currency is replaced by a localized economy of glitter, spinners, and wulong, currency Stacy doesn't own and hasn't even heard of. This is the man who created the division Stacy manages, Periwinkle Bubbles. Despite his wealth, he arrives dressed like a scruffy art student in a paint-stained hoodie and a baseball cap, a look that stands in direct opposition to Stacy's corporate polish. He treats a senior executive like a personal assistant, forcing her to hold his coffee cup while he mocks her choice of footwear. It's a social challenge that her corporate rank simply wasn't designed to handle. In this plaza, the signals Stacy usually relies on, her credit card, her senior title, her demanding attitude, fail to broadcast. To move through this world, she'll have to learn a language of artifacts and currencies that she didn't even know existed. Mastery of this environment is visible in the working class. Mailroom staff and facility workers wear strobe light shoes that blink in perfect synchronization with a silent disco app, signaling they are participants in a shared social rhythm. This system is powered by glitter, both a financial tender and social credit. Here, community integration and social engagement directly translate into the active accumulation of wealth. Because Stacy has no social ties, she appears as an isolated node, unable to generate glitter. In this society, wealth isn't a number in a private ledger. It's a public performance broadcasted through wearable tech and community participation. Periwinkle uses these artifacts to maintain control. He carries a pale purple unicorn bubble gun, using its childlike whimsy to disrupt the serious, high-stakes atmosphere of the corporate office. But the whimsy is a front. He is flanked by bodyguards like Captain White, who carries a main gauche paring dagger and possesses a license to use it. The bubbles provide the distraction. The steel provides the enforcement. He doubles down on this contrast, drinking from a cut crystal cup. While Stacy holds a paper cup, Periwinkle drinks expensive Kopi Luwak coffee. Handing a hand-cut crystal cup to an opponent while criticizing their shoes is a calculated demonstration of financial and social dominance. It forces Stacy to literally carry his wealth while he dismantles her ego. This strategy of weaponized whimsy breaks the standard rules of engagement. By refusing to act like a traditional businessman, Periwinkle strips Stacy of her corporate armor before they even reach the boardroom. This power dynamic is formalized through a role known as furniture. Women like Winter and Kanya adopt submissive social positions, acting as living extensions of Periwinkle's environment. Their roles are tied to physical artifacts. They occupy the Ottoman Empire, a room filled with poufs, tuffets, and floor lounges, where their presence is defined by their proximity to the furniture they are named after. While the roles look submissive, they are grounded in a lucrative contract. These positions offer a 60% share of surplus proceeds, making furniture a fiercely competitive career path. Stacy's corporate world is a zero-sum game of constant anxiety. In contrast, the women under the furniture contract have trades, equity, and a guaranteed place within the social structure. For those in these roles, the material contract provides a level of financial predictability and social belonging that Stacy's competitive corporate trajectory doesn't offer. The conflict reaches its end in the boardroom. Periwinkle isn't just there to talk. He's there to finalize the purchase of Stacy's entire division. The transfer is managed by a Ricardian contract, a digital document that executes automatically. As the signatures are finalized, glowing rings and flashing phones across the office signal that the terms have been met in real time. The transaction is completed not with a bank wire, but with the release of 10 shit tons of Imagination glitter, fully funding the buyout of the company. In the end, Stacy is left physically holding the crystal cup, her senior executive title now effectively meaningless in a division she no longer controls. In the world of Jaglavak 1963, power is not a gift from a corporation. It is the result of mastering a proprietary language of symbolic artifacts, localized currencies, and strictly defined social roles.